It took us almost 3 years to conceive via IVF, but we tried so many things before success. So I wanted to share our story, and it's going to be broken up into 3 parts, and this is the first part. I am sharing this story for those that are on the trying to conceive journey, those who are going through IVF, IUI, or any other fertility treatments, or even just trying to conceive naturally at home. So I'm sharing this journey to not only give you hope, but also to inform you of different things that we did and what worked for us, what didn't work for us. And I'm also sharing this story for us so that we can remember this forever. I won't say that we will forget, but there are certain memories that we have forgotten since we have gotten pregnant, just because that's like in our past and it's like we're enjoying this and looking forward to baby. But I still want to remember what we went through to get here, and I want baby to be able to know the story. So here we go. Quick backstory. We got married in 2016 and we started our fertility journey in 2021, I believe. Yes. Some of these dates may be wrong, so if I correct them, they'll be on the screen. But I always felt like I wasn't ready to become a mom or ready to start the journey. My wife did ask for kids, like straight out the gate. Like probably the first time she asked was probably in 2016, 2017. But I always was like, I'm not ready. I just didn't feel ready in my soul and spirit. So we waited. And then I was doing different, work within myself. And 2021 came and I just kind of said, hey, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to go on this journey. I think I'm ready to be a mom. I'm ready. Like, we had been married for some years and I was just like, I'm ready. She had stopped asking. Like, she wasn't bugging me, but I knew that she was ready to have kids and I wasn't. And I think it's important that I share that because through these years, that is something that bothered me a lot, because I'm like, dang, I made her wait to have kids, and I put it off for so long. And what if it's too late now? Or what if, it doesn't happen and it's like, oh, I thought it was going to happen the first time, but it's like now we're year 2, year 3. So she's having to wait even longer than when I said I was ready, if that makes sense. So I think that's important to note. So the first thing we did was select a donor, but we did go through different sperm banks. We started accounts with about 3 or 4 of them. If I can find the information, I'll list it on the screen. But our selection was very limited. We know that we wanted to go with a Black donor. We know that we wanted to basically agree on the appearance of the donor. We wanted to just make sure that the donor was what we wanted. And the selections for Black donors were very slim, but we made it work, and I narrowed it down to donors I was comfortable with, and she narrowed it down to donors she liked, and then we kind of just chose one. And I don't advise doing this first. We did not know that we probably should have did testing and stuff first before selecting a donor, but hey, we're going to select a donor. I won't tell you exactly which sperm bank we selected a donor from, but we did have accounts with multiple sperm banks and went with one donor. We end up buying 4 vials for the donor. They were still in the program at this time, but we had 4. We bought 4. It was pricey. I think we spent about almost close to $5,000 on just 4 vials of sperm, and everything was out of pocket. We did not have insurance. We paid everything out of pocket, but we did buy 4 vials. The next thing we did was we selected clinics that we wanted to go with. We narrowed it down to about 2 or 3 clinics, but one of the clinics' wait list was super long, like 6 months. Well, it's not super long, thinking about how long it took to conceive, but to even get started, to get seen, to get a consultation, the consultation list was like 6 months out. Also, one of the clinics, it kind of, I won't say it rubs me the wrong way, but their doctors was like on Instagram doing Instagram reels and TikTok dances and all of that. And I'm just like, to each his own. That's fine. I'm just like, I don't want my doctors on here And they probably were great doctors. But it was just something I'm like, it doesn't connect with my spirit. And if anything, I was going to trust my spirit and intuition in this process. Sorry, I am out of breath. I am due to give birth any day now. So I'm going to keep pausing to catch my breath. But the clinic that we decided to go with, they did have like a wait list for maybe like say a month, but that wasn't too long. The doctors seemed really good. I read reviews. I just looked and did a lot of research. So we went with this particular clinic. And once we chose the clinic we wanted to go with, we made a consultation appointment. And the consultation appointment is just kind of like getting to know everything about you, right? Like everything about you, your history, and also they start to give you things that you need to get done. So they'll tell you, hey, you need to get these tests done, like get blood drawn to test for these things, do a SHG, a HCG. These are different procedures to check like your uterus and fallopian tubes and things. They also required to like go to therapy, being that we were using donor sperm. They did require like a letter from our therapist to say that she agreed that we were equipped and, you know, in an emotional and mental state to be able to go through a process like this. So this clinic did require these things before even getting started. This was the consultation. They told us these things, and then we got those things done, and then we started with the process. So we did decide to start with IUI. We did not jump into IVF. I was healthy. Everything was checking out in the boxes. All the tests came back great. They said that I was a great candidate for IUI. Even though IUI success rate is very low, I was just like, well, why not? Like, what? There's nothing showing or indicating that I can't get pregnant via IUI. So that was the route we decided to go with. With testing, though, she did recommend, hey, once your tests come back, then you can select a donor. And we were like, oh, well, we already selected a donor. And she was like, yikes, I hope that you all are a genetic match. You know, when you go the fertility route, they are going to do genetic testing. Most of them, if not all, I think it's against the law to like match people together or create embryos or inseminate someone with sperm or eggs or anything like that that's not a genetic match that may cause a baby to have any genetic disorders and things like that. So she was like, hopefully your stuff comes back where it matches this donor so that there's no problems, because we're not going to be able to use this donor if stuff come back and it's crazy. This is why I say I don't advise that, because close to $5,000 was on the line, like based off of whatever genetic results that I was going to have. Good thing that we did the genetic testing, and all of my genetic things that I'm carrier for, this donor was not a carrier for, and you know, it was a match. Everything was perfect. So I did genetic testing. I did do a lot of blood testing. I am a person that started out with a real fear. I don't know if I would classify it as a phobia, but a real fear of needles and shots. I could tell you now I still get a little anxious, but I take it like a champ. I may insert some videos and stuff of me really having whole panic attacks, getting shots and stuff. But my first blood panel had 19 tubes. I had to get 19 tubes of blood because they tested me for everything. Not only genetics, they tested my hormone levels, everything like that. Things that we don't even think about on an everyday basis. Then I also was scheduled for HSG, which is X-ray. I'm trying to make sure I'm remembering correctly, but it is an X-ray where they insert fluid into your tubes to make sure that your fallopian tubes basically can pass the egg through, like there's no blockages or anything like that. It was I won't say painful, it was uncomfortable. They did use like numbing stuff, but it was uncomfortable. From a scale to 0 to 10, I would say it's probably like a 5, right? Bearable, but it kind of felt like a period cramp. Those results came back great. Nothing, no problems there. And then they required me to get a SHG, which is similar but different. They also call it a something else. I think SIS or something. It's another name for pregnancy brain. I can't think of it right now. But the SHG, it's not an x-ray, it's more so of an ultrasound. So it's the ultrasound of the uterus to make sure you don't have like fibroids, polyps, anything that, basically to make sure the uterus looks good and good for transfers or good for growing a baby. So everything came back great for testing. We waited probably about a month to get started because when we had our consultation, this had to be in August, I believe. Our first IUI did not take place until October. So once everything got back, like everything was good, they required us to ship sperm to the facility, which we did. And then they required us to start prepping. This was our first IUI, so we were starting from nowhere. We had nothing to compare it to, so we were just going to do a regular natural IUI cycle without any medications or intervention. I was just going to test my ovulation and test every day, and once the ovulation thing came back positive, they were going to test my levels. Once that was good, then we went on to inseminate.
Chase, we see 2 lines. We see 2 lines. You don't give a fuck?
I'm ovulating. Somebody's excited. Guess who's triggering tonight?
This one. We are. We got 2 lines. We got 2 lines.
That is also something that is uncomfortable. It feels kind of like a period cramp because they have to insert the catheter through the cervix and everything, and it's not something that is, it feels good, but it's uncomfortable and it's bearable. We inseminated, and then we had a 2-week wait. This
It's insemination day.
Y'all.
October 3rd, 2021. And look who's here.
Sleep guy.
Look, he's asleep. It look like he up and he's asleep. Insemination day. We just saw a rainbow too. Good signs, good signs. Baby, excited?
Yeah.
So yeah, insemination day. I'll FaceTime babe because she can't be there, and probably try to get as many videos as possible. Here's baby Brooks coming. Baby Brooks loading.
I do want to say she wasn't there because of the pandemic. The doctor's office and the doctors were not allowing any extra guests, outside guests, other than the patients into the office, no matter what the procedure was. So that is why she missed. I think that's an important detail to note. This 2-week wait was crazy, okay? Like, crazy because I was what's called symptom spotting, like every little thing. I'm like, oh wait, is that a flutter in my stomach? That means that it, it took. Or is it this? That means that an embryo was created and an embryo stuck. Like, I was just symptom spotting. I'll insert a video where I was like, I know I'm not crazy because I just knew I was pregnant. And we always said when it was time for us to go down a route and get pregnant, we would get pregnant on the first try. Did we get pregnant the first try? We did not. We did not. Not even a sign of pregnancy. There was not a sign of pregnancy. We tested at home and it came back negative. We tested at day 13, I think. I'll insert a clip. But we tested and it came back negative.
So we about to take our first pregnancy test. It is, what's today's date?
October 14th at 10:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So it is 13 days after trigger and 11 days after ovulation and insemination. So we shall see. We're supposed to test on the 17th, but we're gonna test today and we're gonna probably test every day until then. So
the wait is over.
baby. It says pee on it 5 seconds. You think I peed on it 5 seconds?
You peed on it 10.
No. The color change tip will turn instantly pink. Okay, that's good. Because I'm like, this should turn pink. Showing the urine is being absorbed, but must continue to hold the tip in your pee for full 5 seconds. Place the cup. Okay. Wait 1 to 3 minutes. A pregnancy pot plus results may appear in 1 minute when testing from your missed period the day after you expect your period. Wait 3 minutes to confirm a non-pregnant result or when testing early. CQ7. CQ7. When to read the results, a pregnant result. Okay.
We got 2 minutes to go.
A blue line must be present in the control window. So what the fuck does pregnant look like?
Right there.
Oh, so it must be a plus sign.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
That's a long 20 seconds.
I'm so nervous.
For what? You
Because.
spitting on me. I'm not nervous. I know what it is. I'm not nervous.
The color change tip has not turned completely pink. The blue line appears in the control window within 10 minutes after testing. So yeah. I'm nervous. So how we gonna do this? Are we gonna get up, close our eyes, walk to it, and then open our eyes?
That's a lot. Just get up.
No! You looking at it.
I can't see it, Jamisha. I'm just looking how cute I am in the video without trying to show my stuff off.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous. And I have not been this like whatever the whole 2 weeks. Well, Sunday will make 2 weeks,
Why
but
are you grabbing yourself? You look like me yesterday during the meeting.
yeah, I'm anxious.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I'm still anxious to find out.
T minus 26 seconds, people. 26
Even though it's
seconds.
probably 30 seconds. I mean, maybe it's 3 minutes already because I was sitting on the toilet and then you had to help me pull my
It's
pants
okay,
up.
we can wait the full 3.
It is already 3 minutes, but
You ready?
no,
You want me to see it first?
no. We can see it together.
You ready?
Wait, no.
It's 2:48. Why
Wait.
you keep waiting?
Wait.
I'm getting up at 3 minutes.
Wait. Oh, I don't see anything. Do you see anything? Oh, yeah, I don't see no. Let's see if we can find a line. No, you know how like some of the things I was showing you, like you can kind of. No, I didn't see anything. It's pink. Oh.
You can do it now tomorrow.
Yeah, it gotta be first thing in the morning. It gotta be first pee. That's what it's supposed to be, but
So
this.
we gotta go get another one. Ain't got no more.
Yeah, I know I'm not crazy. She gets the analogy, but I know I'm not crazy. Like, it can't be all in my head. You gonna throw that in that garbage can?
I gotta empty it out.
So this is pretty devastating because we're like, what? And this was so we tested negative, and I think a day or two after that, we were scheduled to fly to Costa Rica because I was invited to be one of the teachers for a retreat in Costa Rica. And that's what we did. We flew to Costa Rica. We got our first negative test, but we weren't counting out because it was still early to test. I think we maybe tested at day 12. So day 14, day 15, we would be in Costa Rica. So we was like, if we pregnant, we'll already know. But we flew to Costa Rica, and the we did not take a pregnancy test, but the morning of the class I was supposed to teach, the very first, because I taught 2 classes, the very first class that I taught, right before it, like maybe less than an hour, my cycle came on. My cycle came on, which was confirmation that I wasn't pregnant. We weren't going to test anymore. We were just going to wait it out. And that morning I got up, my cycle was on, and it was right before my class. That kind of like crushed me. And I just had to chuck along for that day. Like I was like, I got it. Like, I'm going to put my big girl pants on and teach this class and just kind of be here now and not be too down, because it really did like put a dagger in it for me. And we were in Costa Rica for, I think, 5 more days after that. So we were we enjoyed the trip. We enjoyed the retreat, but we still knew that, like, dang, it failed. And we didn't talk about it really. We didn't talk about it. We just knew, like, we're in Costa Rica. When we get back home, we'll decide what to do. Once we got back home, this was at the end of October, we said, okay, we're going to go another round. If you don't know, they use the whole vial. So we're 3 vials. We got 3 vials left. We decided to go another round. Well, no, not back to back, because we took some time. We also, at this time, we were a part of a wedding. Both of us was a part of a wedding of our closest friends. So a lot of things we were trying to maneuver around the wedding and not inseminate or not start a cycle around the wedding. So that was something that was going on too. And also, back note, no one knew that we were trying to conceive. We hadn't shared this with anybody. It was just us on this journey. Nobody knew. We didn't tell anybody. Not as if we wouldn't have got the support, but this was just something that we wanted to embark on and keep it with it between us, just because, you know, people will be like, oh, did you get pregnant this month, or when it's gonna happen? Like, all of those questions and concerns that come with it, and having to explain stuff multiple times. That was a lot, and we didn't want to go through that. When we came back from late October, November was the next time we were supposed to start. We did not, for a reason. I'm not sure. I am looking back at my pictures, and I don't think that it was something specific. I think that we had Black Friday coming up, the holidays coming up, and if you don't know, we are business owners, so that is a very busy season for us, and I didn't want the stress of that time to interfere with the process, and also to not start the process and have to like possibly cancel the cycle because whatever. Like, it was just a busy time, holidays and Black Friday. So we said we're going to break and we're going to revisit after the holidays, because I see we did have some travel around that time. So that means we had some travel already pre-planned. There was some things happening that we just needed to make sure nothing interfered and nothing stressed me out through the process. We decided to go back into the process in January to start a new protocol. With this protocol, we agree with the doctor to at least put in a trigger, is what it's called, which is, well, we did a trigger and follicle stimulation, slight follicle stimulation. I don't know if I can say the names of the candies that we had to use, but she did recommend that I take these candies once, I think it was probably in the middle of my cycle, and these candies will help my follicles grow, and they would keep they'll keep an eye on 1 or 2 of them. Like, this wasn't like shots where all of my follicles was growing. It was just 1 or 2. It's just like a little tablet that was supposed to stimulate the growth of these. And then once I was ovulating, or once I ovulated and numbers came back as if this is the perfect time, I triggered, which then release 1 or 2 of those follicles. So it guarantees that the follicle is released so that when they inseminate, the egg is more likely to be fertilized and mature into an embryo and then a baby. So they decided to let's do like a medicated IUI cycle. And we did that. Now we're confident because we're like, okay, not only am I happy, not happy. Not only am I really healthy, my numbers look great. The numbers look great last time. I just didn't conceive because probably I'm within that big number that IUI doesn't work for. But we have a little bit of meds to help along the process, so we don't know why it doesn't work. We don't know why it wouldn't work, rather. So we went ahead and inseminated again. So let me actually backtrack. In October, we did trigger. The only thing we did was trigger. So we tested our ovulation, tested out my ovulation, and then I triggered. But I didn't have any other candies along with that. The second IUI, I triggered and had some candies to help with follicle growth. Okay? That is correct. So the first time was not all natural. It was slightly medicated with just, they still consider it non-medicated because they don't consider the trigger, even though it is medication, but whatever. They considered it a non-medicated IUI with the trigger. And that's what we did. We triggered. And then the next insemination, I don't see it. I will have to look and find it. It was in January or February of the following year after holiday time of 2021. So we went ahead and started the second cycle for IUI at the beginning of 2022 with the candies to help follicle growth. So, oh my God, it's trigger time. You proposing?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Proposing a new life.
Oh my God. You can't stop cheesing, can you?
No.
Oh my God. First of all, I'm nervous and that's for afterwards. Okay. Hold on, you gotta come in the camera, babe.
Oh, I gotta put it in the camera.
No, you gotta push it up. Remember? Then they say push
I gotta make sure that there's no things in there. Oh, we gotta drop.
But ain't this air bubbles? Don't clear it. Look at all that. That ain't no liquid, is it?
No, that's fine. Everything, all the liquid is down here.
But no, ain't that supposed to be all the way up there?
No, because I'm not down yet. I have it up.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
I have it up, Jimmy, so it's going to fall down.
Oh.
All right, you ready?
Oh my God.
Come here.
Oh my God, you know I don't like needles.
Don't look at it.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
You want to take some deep breaths?
Oh my gosh, I already don't like needles. Oh my God.
Yes, just like a proposal, my knees can't be down here that long.
Oh,
I'm gonna be.
I done touched it after you cleaned it. I'm sorry, huh?
No, I need that. Okay.
Not after. Oh God. You gonna be gentle?
I'm always gentle. In everything I do, gentle.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
And we in there. I just impregnated you.
Oh my God, it's a cannibal, so it's all like whatever.
Hold it. You don't make me.
It should be fine. It's fine.
I see
it.
And just like that, people.
People.
We the people.
The start of something new. It feels so great to be here with you.
Oh, I don't know that song.
That's from High School Musical.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know that.
Oh, look it. All right.
Yeah, boy.
Sorry about the back and forth. This is my first time telling this story out loud. So here we go. We waited our 2 weeks and we did test. I do remember testing and we were not successful. I'm going to say that we probably inseminated in January because I have this screenshot in my phone on February 12th, and it says, "My failures are proof that I courageously tried." I'll insert it on the screen, but it felt around this time there. I see a lot of family pictures, so we had we had kids. We always, when we lived down in Miami, we would get our nieces, nephews, and godkids often. And sometimes that would be a little difficult. We would get them and it would be great and fun. But, sometimes it's a little difficult because you're playing and planning things and doing all these things with other people's kids. And you just wish that your kids was along with them or your kids were here so that you can do these same things with your own kids. But we had them. It looked like some other things happened with family around this time. But after that cycle failed, it hurt. The first one hurt, but the second one really hurt. It was like, dang. And at this time, we're like, we only have 2 vials left. We got 2 vials left. And this donor is no longer in the program. So we can't get more vials. What are we going to do? We didn't know if we were going to move on to IVF. We didn't know if we were going to do another cycle for IUI. So we had to go back to the drawing board. We just said, wait. And also at this time, we decided, you know what? We are going to travel Mexico for 3 months. We're going to take a break because it was eating at us. It was eating at us. Especially me. I had to really, I won't say especially me. Let me not say that. Because my wife just handles things differently. It was eating at both of us. But I really know that I was slipping. I did slip into a mild depression at this time. Because I really felt like it was my fault. I put it off for all these years. There are things that I could have done that I didn't do. It was just so much beating up on myself during this time. So we knew that it was time for us to just kind of stop and take a pause because my wife didn't like seeing me like that. I didn't like feeling like that. And we just needed a break. We needed to enjoy life, enjoy living, feeling alive. So we decided to travel Mexico. We went to Mexico for 3 months. And at this time, we did no fertility treatments. And this was in the beginning of 2022. Being that our emotions were everywhere, we didn't know what to feel, what to think, what we wanted to do next. We knew that we had 2 vials left. We knew that IVF was going to be super expensive because for IUI, we may have spent about maybe $1,200, I think, somewhere around there, about $1,200 each cycle. We already bought the sperm, but each cycle was about $1,200. Testing and things like that. I did not have insurance, so I had to pay that testing out of pocket. I think testing was maybe another, let me see. I think the HSG was $400. The SHG was, I think, $300. And then the other blood test, I think, was probably about $300. So we had to come out of pocket probably $1,500 for tests and administration fees and then $1,200 for each IUI separately. So we had already spent quite a bit of money, but we knew that IVF was going to be tens and thousands of dollars at this point. So we wasn't sure if we were going to commit to that, if we could afford that. We didn't want to lose the sperm by just keep going at IUI. We also were very sad and kind of broken because we didn't have any success at this point. It was just a lot. And we decided to take a break. So I'm going to stop here for part 1. And part 2, I will tell you basically what we decided to do. Part 2 is where it gets very deep because this is where we were in the trenches for some time. And yeah, come back and stay tuned for part 2 to know what happens next and what we decide next that leads us closer to baby.